Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Battle Through the Heavens based on novel. So let's start. Tribal Chief Yao Ming, I would not dare to speak with such confidence if I could not back up my claim. Xiao Yan laughed. The situation of the Eastern Dragon Island was undoubtedly serious. At this moment, the Eastern Dragon Island would clearly understand how to choose between annihilation and putting aside their pride. I will dispatch some experts from the tribe to observe the actions of the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe during this period of time. I will inform Brother Xiao Yang the moment their experts move. Yao Ming immediately spoke. He was also an extremely decisive person. Since he had made up his mind, he would not be indecisive in whatever he did. In that case, I will trouble Tribal Chief Yao Ming. We will be remaining in the 9 Serene Deep Ground Python tribe during this period of time. Additionally, we might perhaps have to borrow the 9 Serene Spring. Xiaoyang glanced at Cilin after mentioning the 9 Serene Spring. He was planning on using the strength of the 9 Serene Spring to help Cilin complete the tempering of her body. It's a small matter. However, the energy within the 9 Serene Spring is unusually dark and cold. Brother Xiaoyang should be careful. Yao Ming laughed before reminding Xiaoyang about the power of the spring. Since the matter of the stone tablet has been resolved, we should return to the tribe first. One will require some preparations in order to deal with the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. Yao Ming waved his large hand. His body moved as he flew toward the underground network. Xiaoyang's group slowly followed behind him. Yao Ming hurriedly made some preparations after returning to the 9 Serene Deep Ground Python tribe. He had only just regained his position. It was likely not going to be easy for him to do something this big immediately, but given his character, he would quickly be able to resolve these matters perfectly. While Yao Ming was preparing to deal with the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe, Xiaoyang's group rested for an entire day. They once again appeared beside the 9 Serene Spring on the next day. The dark and cold energy contained within the 9 Serene Spring is lethal to an ordinary expert. However, the 7-colored heaven-swallowing python boasts an extremely dense, dark and cold aura. It is likely that only you can fearlessly absorb the energy inside. Xiaoyang turned his head to Cilin. He smiled and spoke to her after glancing at the 9 Serene Spring with a cold air floating above it. The dark and cold force within the 9 Serene Spring is extraordinary. Even an expert from the 9 Serene Deep Ground Python tribe would not dare to venture deep into it. However, this is not much of a problem for me. Cilin faintly smiled. Her tone appeared to be quite proud. Being the only 7-colored heaven-swallowing python in the present world, she was qualified to look down on all snake magical beasts. Xiaoyang smiled. He clenched his hand and a jade bottle appeared in it. A pill cloud lingered within that jade bottle. An extremely powerful energy fluctuation was emitted from the bottle. This is the Great Bodhisattva Return Pill, Tier 9 Treasure Pill. It can greatly raise your chances of advancing to the Banshan class. You should consume it at a critical moment. It might help you a lot at that time. Xiaoyang handed the jade bottle to Cilin as he spoke. Cilin slightly nodded. She did not reject him. Instead, she extended her hand and received that jade bottle, which contained some warmth. This training will not be smooth. The amount of time it will require will likely be long. I will instruct Yao Ming to send some people to guard you if I have to leave and attend to some matters. Cilin played with the jade bottle in her hand. She was aware that Xiaoyang's group might have to head out to kill the experts from the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe very soon. Hence, she did not make any comments. She rotated her head and suddenly lifted her narrow and long eyes, which contained a bewitching expression. She slowly stepped forward and gently pressed her red lips against Xiaoyang's lips. Xiaoyang felt absent-minded the moment he sensed the sudden softness. His arm reflexively hugged Cilin's soft, narrow, seemingly boneless waist. That was a true temptation. That enchanting snake waist contained a charm that bewitched all life as it gently shook. The beauty in his embrace gently turned her head after Xiaoyang had become absent-minded because of that gentleness. A soft voice was transmitted into his ear. "Be careful. Remember, your life belongs to this queen." Xiaoyang was startled after once again hearing these words that had once been imprinted deep within his soul. He turned his head only to see the corner of Cilin's mouth suddenly lift into an enchanting arc. This arc appeared like the final stroke of a masterpiece. It caused the originally gentle woman to suddenly appear cold and strong. In an instant, Cilin, who had been acting gentle in front of Xiaoyang for so many years, seemed to have become the cold and ruthless Medusa of the past once again. At that time, she had shaken the entire Jioma Empire and frightened Xiaoyang into worrying all the time. "You." Xiaoyang was stunned as Cilin seemed to turn into a different person. She suddenly smiled more just as he was about to speak. Her lovely body swayed, and she turned into an unusually large seven-colored heaven-swallowing python. This python swung its large tail and charged into the 9 serene yellow spring without turning her head once. A great wave surged. Bubble. The lake water immediately appeared to boil after Cilin entered the 9 serene yellow spring. It formed countless bubbles. Xiaoyang could sense the energy of the 9 serene spring stir at this moment. Xiaoyang was stunned for a moment as he stood beside the 9 serene spring. Finally, he bitterly smiled and recovered. He rubbed his lips as his eyes wandered over the surface of the lake with a somewhat complicated expression. Ever since she had given birth to little Xiao, Cilin's character seemed to have become much gentler. She had chosen to obey all of Xiaoyang's request. However, Xiaoyang finally understood that the cold and proud Queen Medusa still existed deep within Cilin's bones. She had forced herself to become a good wife and mother because of him and little Xiao. "Compared to you being a good wife and mother, I prefer you to reveal your original character." Xiaoyang looked at the surface of the lake and softly sighed. His body moved, and he appeared on a protruding rock above the deep abyss. After which, he sat down on it. He needed to advance of his strength before heading out to block the experts from the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. Yellow Spring Finger, Yellow Spring Palm, Yellow Spring Divine Anger, these 3 Yellow Spring ultimate skills have been inserted into my soul by that Demon Saint's soul fragment. The various things the Demon Saint comprehended while studying these 3 dose skills was included in the information I was given. This kind of blessing is far from what the dose skill on the stone tablet being learned by Yao Ming and the others can compare with. Xiaoyang shut his eyes, but these thoughts swiftly flashed over his heart in the process. Although the current Xiaoyang had just obtained these 3 great dose skills, Xiaoyang was absolutely confident that the Yellow Spring dose skills he could unleash would be many times mightier than Yao Ming's Yellow Spring Finger or Yellow Spring Palm. The knowledge that Demon Saint Huangquan had accumulated throughout his life was not some useless thing. Regardless of how others comprehended the dose skills, it would be very difficult for others to surpass the understanding of the Creator. The Demon Saint Essence blood contains the strength of the Demon Saint Huangquan. If I am able to absorb it, my strength will soar. A thought passed through Xiaoyang's mind as a drop of golden blood appeared in his palm. The appearance of this drop of blood caused the surrounding area to visibly tremble. Xiaoyang clearly sensed all the energy in a 1,000-foot radius had begun to escape. It is indeed worthy of being the Demon Saint's essence blood since it this overbearing. Xiaoyang involuntarily smiled after sensing his surroundings. This was the first time that he had obtained such an overbearing energy. Even the natural energy around it had been expelled. I will refine it before speaking. Xiaoyang glanced at the 9 serene spring below. He sighed in relief after seeing that nothing unusual was happening. He opened his mouth and exhaled. A flame was spat out, and it wrapped around the drop of golden blood. Although this essence blood could be absorbed under normal circumstances, it was not a bad thing to be cautious at times. The golden blood burned within the heavenly flame for 3 full hours, but not the slightest fluctuation was emitted. It appeared as though the frighteningly high temperature of the heavenly flame did not exist. This refinement continued for around 4 hours before Xiaoyang finally opened his eyes. He widened his mouth and the flame rushed into his mouth with lightning-like speed along with the golden blood. Bang! The clothes on Xiaoyang's body shattered to dust the moment the golden blood entered his body. A frightening energy fluctuation spread from his body, shaking the surrounding abyss rocks until many cracked lines formed. Xiaoyang did not have any time to deal with the situation in the outside world. That drop of blood had turned into waves of violent energy that wildly rushed in all directions like an untamed horse. The blood began to go on a crazy rampage within his body. That destructive force was created by an overflowing energy. The energy within the blood was far more violent than Xiaoyang had imagined. This fierce and uncontrolled energy could cause an expert 5-star Dozun's body to explode. Fortunately, however, the current Xiaoyang had far exceeded that level. The change within his body might have caught him off guard, but he quickly calmed his mind down. After which, he began to steadily absorb the energy. Under this perfect control of his, the wild horse-like violent energy also began to once again come under his control. It slowly became gentle under the burning heavenly flame. Finally, traces of it seeped into every part of Lin Dong's body. Who? Xiaoyang sat on the protruding rock. A rich breath of energy was emitted from his nostrils, giving him the appearance of a furious dragon. This energy finally entwined with the air, curled and rose before disappearing from this world. Missed. This fellow, all of his trainings take such a long time. The little fairy doctor stood at the top of abyss as she looked at the protruding rock where Xiaoyang sat today. She helplessly sighed in a soft voice. It had already been half a month since Xiaoyang had entered his training state. During this half a month, he did not show any signs of awakening. A frighteningly pure energy rippled around him like a cloud. If one were to grab it, it would appear as viscous as water. The little fairy doctor and Cilin were naturally able to tell that Xiaoyang was in a critical stage of his training. Hence, they did not speak loudly in order to not disturb Xiaoyang despite uttering words from their mouths. Elder sister Cilin has also not revealed any activity. Cilin's eyes looked at the bottom of the deep abyss as she stated. The continuously boiling lake surface had calmed down a couple of days ago. The entire Nine Serene Spring had regained its old calm. Cilin, who was within it, had shown no signs of movement either. Cilin should be all right. Being a 7-colored heaven-swallowing python, she is just like a fish that has found water in this Nine Serene Spring, the little fairy doctor grinned. She could sense the frighteningly dark and cold energy which had agglomerated within the Nine Serene Spring for countless of years, gathered to the deepest parts of the lake. The energy was being absorbed into Cilin's body. Looks like we can only continue waiting. According to what Tribal Chief Yao Ming said, it seems that the Heaven Demon Phoenix has begun to show signs of moving, Cilin remarked. Xiaoyang should be finishing up soon, the little fairy doctor nodded. Her pretty eyes landed on Xiaoyang, who was seated in a lingering cloud. Xiaoyang was gradually withdrawing his aura. It was likely that he was about to succeed. Cilin nodded. She also sat down on a boulder and quietly waited for Xiaoyang's training to finish. Yao Ming had already issued an order to seal the area within 10,000 feet from the deep abyss. Other than the two women, no one would come in and disturb the two who were training. Another 2 days quietly passed amid this wait. The viscous cloud that had formed around Xiaoyang suddenly emitted an intense fluctuation as the morning of the third day gradually enveloped the land. The surrounding natural energy seemed to have been dragged by something as it surged out in all directions. Finally, it gathered into an enormous energy storm in the air above Xiaoyang. The edge of this storm was connected to the top of Xiaoyang's head. This unexpected change also woke the little fairy doctor and Cilin from their training states. Some surprise flashed across their faces as they observed this unusual phenomenon form. It looks like his training is almost over. Xiaoyang's tightly shut eyes within the cloud were suddenly opened after the little fairy doctor uttered those words. An energy light shot out and penetrated into the wall in front of him, forming 2 black holes of unknown depth. He lifted his head, widened his mouth and violently sucked in. Bang! The 1,000-foot large energy storm poured down as Xiaoyang sucked. It flowed through his throat and entered his body. Ka. As more energy was devoured by Xiaoyang's body, hints of an energy fluctuation began to seep out. The energy cracked the hard stone walls around him, forming countless numbers of huge cracks. Giant rocks were accompanied by a loud rumbling sound as they fell down. Finally, they landed in the deep abyss below. Swoosh! This activity that erupted from the deep abyss naturally attracted the attention of many experts from the 9 serene deep-ground python tribe. Their faces were startled, but they could only remain 10,000 feet away from the abyss. They were unable to get closer to watch the unusual phenomenon due to the orders Yao Ming had issued. A couple rays of light came flashing over from the distance. They appeared above the deep abyss. Yao Ming and a couple of very experienced 9 serene deep-ground python tribe elders were revealed. At this moment, their eyes revealed a shock as they watched Xiaoyang swallow the surrounding energy. What a powerful aura! It is likely that the current Mr. Xiaoyang is fast approaching a second star Dosheng, right? An elder exclaimed. Yao Ming shook his head upon hearing guess. He said, the demon saint essence blood might be powerful, but it is not so easy to rise within the Dosheng class. Being able to reach an advanced 1-star Dosheng is not bad. Being an advanced 2-star Dosheng, he clearly understood how difficult it was to rise through each small level. However, being able to soar from an initial 1-star Dosheng to an advanced, this has already exceeded my expectations. Yao Ming exclaimed. If he could obtain all of the demon saint essence blood, he would feel confident that he could swiftly raise his strength to the 3rd star of the Dosheng class. However, if it was only a drop, he was only confident he would be able to break through within 3 years. Bang! While Yao Ming was conversing with the few elders in the sky, that enormous energy storm was completely swallowed into Xiaoyang's body. After the final trace of energy entered his body, the entire area began to gradually become quiet. Who? A breath that contained a rich energy was slowly exhaled from Xiaoyang's throat. It agglomerated into a liquid that scattered down. This liquid was landed on some huge rocks. Those rocks slowly crystallized and appeared like jade. Ha ha, congratulations on advancing the advanced 1-star Dosheng class, brother Xiaoyang. Breaking through to the 2-star Dosheng class is only a matter of time. Yao Ming quickly descended from the sky after seeing Xiaoyang cease his training. He cupped his hands together and loudly laughed. Xiaoyang politely smiled when he heard Yao Ming's congratulating him. He clenched his fist and felt quite satisfied. A drop of the demon saint's essence blood had nearly allowed him to step into the 2nd star of the Dosheng class. This was difficult to imagine. If he had completely devoured all of the essence blood by himself, he could have caught up to Yao Ming. Being in possession of a heavenly flame, it refined and helped him absorb most of the energy in the demon saint essence blood. The energy within his body automatically turned into clothes on the surface of his body to replace his shattered clothes after he stood up in the fog. At his level, it was possible for Do Chi to transform into anything with just a mere thought. It looks like Cilin is still training. Xiaoyang's eyes glanced at the 9 serene spring below. From his perception, he was naturally able to sense the endless dark and cold energy within the 9 serene spring surge to a large creature. That large creature was the 7-colored heaven-swallowing python that Cilin had transformed into. Tribal Chief Yao Ming, has there been any news of the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe? Xiaoyang asked with a smile as his eyes landed on Yao Ming. I? The smile on Yao Ming's face was withdrawn upon hearing this question. He slowly nodded before catching Xiaoyang up to speed in a deep voice. Based on the information that I have obtained, the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe has dispatched some experts to the Empty Realm to aid the 3 Great Dragon Islands during these few days. They have indeed chosen to intervene, huh? Xiaoyang faintly smiled. He was unsurprised by this news. Those from the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe possessed evil intentions. They would use any tricks available in order to obtain the Dragon Phoenix blood. Those 3 Great Dragon Islands really ignored everything in order to be victorious. They even invited their enemies into their territory. How many experts has the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe dispatched this time around? Most of those dispatched by the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe this time around are at the Dozan class. Of course, there are not many people that we need to worry about. There are only 3 that we care about. These 3 are all Grand Elders in the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. They have an extremely ferocious reputation within the magical beast world. Yao Ming spoke with a somewhat grave expression. Oh? Who are these three? What is their strength like? Xiaoyang lifted his brow. These three grand elders are known as the Heaven Demon Three Phoenix, Feng Huang, Kuan Huang, Ying Huang. Yao Ming stated, among them, Feng Huang is an intermediate 2-star Dosheng, Kuan Huang is an advanced 1-star Dosheng, and Ying Huang is an intermediate 1-star Dosheng. 3 Doshengs. Xiaoyang's expression slightly changed. It was unexpected that the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe would actually dispatch such a powerful force. From this, one could tell the great strength of the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. These fellows had kept a low profile and accumulated quite a lot of strength. Other than the ancient Void Dragon, this Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe was undoubtedly the second ruler of these 3 tribes in the magical beast world. These 3 are extremely powerful. If they combine their strength, they can even fight against a 3-star Dosheng. The Eastern Dragon Island will likely be threatened if they are allowed to help the 3 Dragon Islands. Yao Ming said. Xiaoyang quietly nodded. Regardless of what the case was, they could not allow the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe to intervene. Otherwise, Ziyang's Eastern Dragon Island would not be able to fight against the 3 large Dragon Islands. When will they move? Xiaoyang slowly exhaled as he inquired in a low voice. Although the lineup of 3 Doshengs was powerful, it was not frightening to the extent that Xiaoyang did not dare intervene. Yao Ming's eyes twitched upon hearing Xiaoyang's words. His heart was also shocked because of Xiaoyang's boldness. Xiaoyang dared to intervene even when facing 3 Doshengs. They will likely move out to head to the Empty Realm in 3 days' time. Xiaoyang gently nodded. His eyes landed on Yao Ming as he smiled and asked, does Tribal Chief Yao Ming dare to attack and significantly cripple the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe? Yao Ming mused for a moment. Finally he laughed and nodded. This was a choice. He needed to choose between the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe and Ziyang's Eastern Dragon Island. Yao Xiaoqian had chosen the 3 Great Dragon Islands while Yao Ming had chosen the Eastern Dragon Island. In that case, we will get moving tomorrow and head to the Empty Realm. We will kill those from the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe 3 days later. Xiaoyang faintly smiled upon seeing Yao Ming agree. A murderous desire spread from his voice. The next morning, Xiaoyang stood beside the abyss. Both of his hands were placed behind his back. His eyes roamed over the 9 serene spring. Today, they were about to move and head to the Empty Realm to stop the reinforcements of the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. Xiaoyang, it is about time. We should get moving. The little fairy doctor flew over and landed a short distance away from Xiaoyang before speaking. I? Xiaoyang slightly nodded. He waved his sleeve and a majestic spiritual strength spread apart. It turned into a spatial formation that covered the 9 serene spring. He had placed a detection barrier here. It not only protected the 9 serene spring, he would also immediately sense any activity within the barrier. Cilin, you can just relax and train. This place is the headquarters of the 9 serene deep ground python tribe. Yao Ming has already designated this area to be a forbidden ground and has dispatched experts to guard it. You should not be disturbed. You should return to the Falling Star Pavilion after coming out of your retreat. Xiaoyang's mouth moved. A soft sound that was wrapped by Do Qi was transmitted into the 9 serene spring. He ceased hesitating as he turned around and rushed into the distance. Splash! The splashing sound of water was emitted from within the 9 serene spring soon after Xiaoyang and the little fairy doctor left. That enormous figure deep inside the spring moved slightly. A huge pair of 7-colored eyes were slowly opened. The snake first lowered her head to look in the direction of the deepest part of the 9 serene spring. There was a special flint flickering in those snake eyes. She had vaguely sensed a vague beckoning ever since she had entered this 9 serene spring. After sensing this for over half a month, she was finally able to confirm that this beckoning was emitted from the bottom of the 9 serene spring. That bottom was not the place where Yao Ming was sealed. Instead, it was somewhere even deeper, but even Xiaoyang, who had the protection of the heavenly flame, did not dare to go that far. Although the feeling of being protected is quite nice, I still prefer being stronger than you. This might be a little difficult now, but I must, at the very least, do my best. The seven-colored snake eyes slowly blinked as Cilin immediately swung her tail. Her enormous body was accompanied by waves of water as she swiftly hurried to the bottom of the Nine Serene Spring. Brother Xiaoyang, those people from the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe will definitely tear a spatial hole from the location of their tribe to enter the empty realm. We can enter it beforehand and sense any spatial fluctuations. Then we will be able to quickly detect their path. Yao Ming smiled as he suggested an idea to Xiaoyang while he stood in front of a large hall. Xiaoyang nodded. I will be personally accompanying you this time around. There will also be 6 other elders. Although our numbers are far inferior to the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe, we will be able to stop them from fulfilling their mission as long as we can defeat the Heaven Demon 3 Phoenix. Yao Ming pointed at the 6 elders behind him as he spoke. Xiaoyang's eyes looked over. There was only one white-haired old man among them who could meet his high standards, but this man was merely an intermediate Bansheng. The remaining 5 were only around the 9th change peak of the Dozun class. At a glance, it was obvious that this lineup was inferior to the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe's lineup. Brother Xiaoyang should not blame me. Yao Xiaotian and the first elder ground our 9 serene deep ground python tribe into such a miserable state. Yao Ming sighed and spoke in a somewhat deep voice. If Yao Xiaotian and the first elder had supported him without any wild ambitions, there was no telling just how strong the 9 serene deep ground python tribe would be. At the very least, they would not be so much weaker than the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. Ha ha, what is tribal chief Yao Ming saying? It is already good that you are willing to lend a hand. Xiaoyang laughed and shook his head. He glanced at the little fairy doctor and Cilin by the side. There might still be a great gap between the 2 ladies and the Bansheng class despite their training during this period of time, but if they were to cooperate, no one in the Dozun class would be a match for them. They would even be able to barely hold out while facing a Bansheng expert. They could be considered a lot of help. It is about time, we should get moving. Yao Ming smiled. His hand suddenly waved at empty space before a dark black spatial crack appeared. After which, he pulled with both of his hands and a spatial tunnel appeared in front of everyone. Let's go. Xiaoyang did not hesitate after seeing space be ripped open. He took the lead to immediately step into the crack. The little fairy doctor and Cilin followed close behind. All remaining elders, I will leave the 9 serene deep ground python to all of you during this period of time that I am away. Yao Ming spoke to a few others beside him in a deep voice. Understood. The few elders quickly responded in a respectful tone after hearing this information. We should also get going. Yao Ming nodded after hearing them reply. He waved his sleeve and took a stride into the spatial crack. Those 6 elders followed him. That spatial crack finally began to slowly disappear after the last person entered it. Finally, it vanished from sight. The empty realm was completely quiet. An extremely intense spatial fluctuation was occasionally being emitted from the black space. Many cracks surfaced like ferocious large mouths. Kai? A crack surfaced from the quiet emptiness. Many human figures penetrated through the crack and finally appeared with this dark black space. How far is this place from the entry point of the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe? Xiaoyang turned his head. He looked at Yao Ming as Yao Ming charged out from the spatial crack before asking. Ha ha, relax, the spy that I placed in the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe has a spatial imprint on him. Therefore, I am able to sense the position of the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe in this space. If they travel from their tribe, they will definitely appear in that area. Yao Ming smiled. After which, he shut his eyes and sensed for a moment. Finally, he reopened them and looked to the north. Let's go. Yao Ming's body took the lead to move after his words sounded. He stepped through empty space and swiftly rushed forward. The wild and violent chaotic spatial flow automatically disappeared upon entering within 100 feet from him. Upon reaching the Doshan class, the frightening chaotic flow within this empty space no longer posed much of a threat. Follow. Xiao Yan waved his hand. He led everyone and swiftly followed Yao Ming. This place is close to the space where the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe is. We will definitely sense it if they tear through the space and enter. Yao Ming finally came to a halt after shuttling through the empty realm for half an hour. He looked into the distant black darkness as he informed everyone. Xiaoyang looked around him and nodded slightly. He said, "The chaos flow within this space is a little denser. It will be able to hide us." "Ha ha, in that case, we should wait for our prey to appear." Yao Ming laughed. Xiaoyang smiled and nodded. He sat down. Cilin and the little fairy doctor also did the same beside him. All that they needed to do was wait until the big fish known as the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe barged into the net they had prepared. The concept of time was extremely blurry within this empty realm. 2 days passed by in the blink of an eye in this unusually dark environment. Soon after that, the space at a spot a great distance from Xiao Yang's group suddenly fluctuated. Many powerful figures slowly stepped through the spatial crack line before appearing in this empty realm. The crack line slowly disappeared as the last person stepped out. 3 people stood at the leader's spot of this group of 20+ people. The remaining gazes that were looking at these leaders' backs were all filled with respect. This operation is unusually important. It concerns whether or not our Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe will be able to completely surpass the ancient Void Dragon tribe. Hence, no one should make a mistake. Otherwise, you will face the rules of the tribe. A red-clothed woman spoke among the 3 individuals. Her tone was icy cold and filled with a majestic aura. This woman was in a red dress. She appeared to be in her 30s, but her aura was so powerful that it was frightening. A pair of somewhat delicate eyebrows bunched together. An evil aura surged from her, causing the 2 elders beside to take a step away without anyone noticing. "We will obey Grand Elder's orders." Those members of the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe behind her, who were extremely powerful individuals, did not dare to interrupt this person's cold cry. All of them hurriedly responded in a respectful tone. There were 2 familiar faces among these people. One was naturally Feng Qing'e, who had formed many grudges with Xiao Yan, while the other was Zhu Feng, who had exchanged blows with Xiao Yang. He was also known as a potential successor to the tribal chief of the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. The 2 of them possess a high status in the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe, but they appeared extremely respectful in front that red-robed woman's fierce aura. They did not dare to slight her. HMPH, Ancient Void Dragon, it is unexpected that this day has actually come. My Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe will end up prospering once your civil war ends. At that time, I will completely eliminate your tribe from this world. The red-robed woman laughed with a somewhat sharp, wicked voice. She immediately waved her sleeve. A wind surged and her body turned into a ray of light that rushed into the distance like a meteorite. The many experts from the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe hurriedly followed behind her. Xiaoyang, who was seated within the chaotic spatial flow in a far location, suddenly opened his eyes the moment that red-robed woman hurried forward. Yao Ming on the other side also opened his eyes. They exchanged glances as a faint smile lifted onto their faces. Prepare yourselves. Those from the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe are about to arrive. Part 1 end here.